The design and construction of the Shahyad Tower can certainly be recognized as an architecture that not only created to honor of the history of a nation, but also has become a gateway to use a modern technology of its time as a symbol of Iranian entry into modernity. The history of Iranian architecture is full of glorious architectural achievements, and the result is uniquely reflected in the construction of this tower. Azadi or Shahyad Tower is the first symbol of Tehran that was built many years before Milad Tower, and many still consider of the main symbol of the capital of Iran. This beautiful building, which is considered one of the masterpieces of contemporary Iranian architecture, it was built between 1969 and 1971 by architect Hossein Amanat to celebrate of the 2500th anniversary of the Persian Empire. Hello dear friends who are watching this video. Welcome to Top Build channel. Our intention is to introduce the details of valuable historical and unique cultural buildings of across the world. In this video, I would like to introducing everything about the Shahyad Tower, and if you are interested in such this information and would like to follow similar videos, please subscribe to the channel and be notified of new videos by ringing the bell icon. And also your comment might help us to improve the quality of the video and contents. Where is the Shahyad Tower? Shahyad Tower is located near one of the main entrance and exits of Tehran, which is located on the southwest side of the Mrbeast airport and near the town of Ekbatan in the west of Tehran. History of Shahyad Tower. The Pahlavi government decided in 1960 to build a monument at the western entrance of Tehran. Initially, the building was to build in the shape of the Nusrat Arc, one of the greatest arc built by human, which is one of the Iranian architecture symbols. Finally, on the 1966, with an invitation of an architectural competition, was published in the newspapers, and the Central Council of the 2500-year-old empire celebrations announced that it was preparing a build plan called Shahyad Aryamer for the competition, and invited architects to send their design to the council office. Finally, among the Iranian architects, the design of Hossein Amanat from the University of Tehran won. A 24-year-old student at that time, he was commissioned to build a square in the capital of the world, symbolizing modern Iran, and in addition to its visual impact, showed the historical, cultural, and artistic background of the country. Hossein Amanat said somewhere, one of the financial and executive problem for the construction of the Shahyad Tower, which was due to the large dimensions of this project, was the selection of a contractor who could handle this task. Finally, MAP company under the management of Mohammad Fathi was selected for this job, and the construction of the tower began in May 1969, which lasted until October 1971. Even a few days before the 2,500-year-old festivals, selections of works such as paving the square and collecting scaffolding were not completed. On November 3, 1967, A year after the winner was announced, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the Prime Minister, Amir Abbas Hoveyda, and then Mayor of Tehran went to the point where the northwestern base of Shahyad Tower is now. Memorial plates and masonry, they buried the Shahyad Tower under the ground, following the example of Darius of Achaemenid, who buried the silver and gold tablets as the cornerstone of Persepolis on the land of Persepolis Palace. Finally, the Shahyad Tower was ready for operation with intensive work on October 1971, with the presence of 3,000 domestic and foreign guests, including heads of foreign countries, foreign ambassadors living in Tehran, heads of universities and military officials, and a country and journalist was inaugurated by Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. On the inauguration day of the tower, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi and Farah Pahlavi were present at Shahyad Square, and for the first time, the Charter of Cyrus the Great, the world's first human rights document and now housed in the British Museum, were unveiled. The construction of Shahyad Tower began on November 2, 1969, which lasted 28 months until it was inaugurated on the October 15, 1971, with the presence of 3,000 domestic and foreign guests. The tower, which was a combination of pre- and post-Islamic architectural arcs, became a symbol of the city over the time. Everything we know as the cultural complex of Shahyad Tower was not built at once in 1971 and only included the tower building and the basement. In 1974, when the government decided to build a museum under the space of Shahyad Square and Tower at a depth of 15 meters, and therefore its design was entrusted to Hossein Amanat, which resulted in an advanced museum equipped with audio-visual sections. How high is Shahyad Tower? The tower is 63 meters long and 45 meters high from the ground and consists of 4 floors, which has 2 stairs with 286 stairs and 2 elevators. In the construction of this work, 25,000 pieces of marble and 900 tons of iron have been used. The main doors of Shahyad Tower was made of granite, and the ground floor stones as well as the floors of the tower have been extracted from Kurdistan Pearl mine. The building of the tower consists of the rectangular square geometry that is 16 sides of finally leads a dome that can be seen from inside the tower. The appearance of the Shahyad Tower is a combination of 2 pairs of large arcs that meet to form a large white structure. These white stones of the building are divided by turquoise grooves. Shahyad Tower has 4 facades, both of which are symmetrical. Beautiful decorations and the ornaments have also been used in the middle of the main arc, which made it eye-catching and lovely. The parallel and elongated lines of the foundations are inspired by the During of Achaemenid architectural style. The main arc in the middle of the tower evokes the fractional arc of the Sassanid period historic, and its upper broken arc is designed using post-Islamic architecture. The fountains of the square are also a manifestation of Iranian gardens. The formalities between the two arcs are inspired by the domes of Iranian mosques. In addition, the uses of different parts of the complex and the floors of the tower are inspired by the uses of the Islamic period. The design of Shahyad Tower is closely related to Shahyad Square, which is evident in its design and lawns. According to the tower's designer Hossein Amanat, due to its proximity to Mrbeast airport, it was not possible to increase its height to more than 45 meters and to make people feel like they were going up to the tower. It created a slope in Shahyad Tower so that they enter the square from Mrbeast airport and move on a street path. The charm of the Shahyad Tower is not limited to its exterior, and its interior space also amazes any viewer. Two floors of the tower are located above the arc of the main arc and under the dome, which can be reached by elevator. The upper floors has a white concrete dome decorated with turquoise and Persian mosaic tiles. The use of the white concrete at that time was a new idea and a modern stoneworks in Iran. Shahyad Tower has four facades, both of which are symmetrical. The main facade of the tower was made by diamond Iranian tile, which means muqarnas. Inverted tower is one of the decorative elements of Iranian architecture that has been used in the original Iranian mosques and schools. Muqarnas are often used for form in the lower corners of the roof and on its recessed surfaces. A muqarnas unit can cover a quarter, an eighth, or a sixteenth of a dome. Four legs or fire temple is the most significant style of Sassanid architecture whose plan was used after the Sassanid period and especially in Islamic mosques. Usually uses quadrangles had a similar plan with a domed quadrangle in the center of the building. Then building components including halls and rooms around the main core. Four arched buildings also have different plans. Of the Shahyad Tower, the main arc between the tower is inspired by the Kasra Arc in Tisfun Palace. This magnificent palace and porch arc was built to show the greatness and glory of the Sassanid kingdom in the last years of this empire. Kasra Arc is about 30 meters high, 25 meters wide, and above 43 meters deep. The Tisfun Arc is designed in the form of a parabolic drawing, with the difference that the Shahyad Arc becomes wider and longer when it reaches the ground. Shahyad Square and Tower has a unique architecture and design, and in its design it has been tried to use Iranian architectural elements such as white bricks, Persian gardens, four arcs, carvings, and various types of tiles. Shahyad Square, with an area of 50,000 square meters, has an oval-shaped plot of land, the tower of which is located along the east-west axis and about one-third of its east. The architect of this building has tried to crystallize the brilliant past of Iranian history in this amazing structure so that anyone who comes to Iran Seeing the Shahyad Tower can understand the depth of the culture of this land. Where is the entrance of Shahyad Tower? The entrance of Shahyad Tower is 5 meters below ground level in an open courtyard that leads to the basement, where it takes you to north side, the guard, the ticket office, the south side, and the ceremonial hall, the east side, and the Iranian studies or Iranology hall. In the past, the entrance to the tower was done through stone doors, each of which weight is 3.5 tons, but today glass doors are used. Shaya Tower has two elevators that climb the walls of the tower, and each has only two floors. The first elevator goes to the second floor, and the second elevator goes to the next two floors. The first floor is 23 meters above the ground, and it's used to replace the elevator and has nothing to visit. There are two sloping concrete walls with small windows, the same blue windows that are visible from under the arc of Shahyad Tower. The main arc and the two east and west arcs of the tower surround this floor, and the peacock tiles of the tower facade stand out behind its sloping walls. For the first time in Iran, white reinforcement concrete has been used for the walls and roof this tower. In this floor, you can watch the interior architecture of Shahyad Tower and enjoy the combination of traditional and modern architecture, especially its roof, which reminds you of Sheikh Lutfullah Mosque in Isfahan. It looks like a famous Iranian mosque design. The second floor is used to display historical photographs. Finally, there is the roof of tower, which has a beautiful dome, comes out from the height level of the tower and starts from the third floor of the tower and extends to the height of 46.25 meters. This dome is decorated with turquoise tiles that we see in the architecture of the tombs. Shahyad Square has an area of 50,000 square meters, which is the largest square in the Iran after Nakhchivan Square in Isfahan. This square was designed and built at the same time at the Shahyad Tower. The map of the square, inspired by the roof of the Sheikh Lutfullah Mosque, consists of two ellipses with different centers. Azadi Square has attractive ground, sidewalks, and lawns, and anyone who passes by this square will surely take some memorable photos of the square and its beautiful tower. Shahyad Tower architecture. The importance of cultural identity in the design and construction of Shahyad Tower is a symbol of modern Iran, and the tendency to traditionalism is first and foremost evident in this tower. The join of tradition and modernity, postmodern style actually, has been the basis of the work of architects who have somehow directly or indirectly collaborated with each other in the construction of Shahyad Tower. The elements and concepts used in the construction of this tower, which were also examined in this article, they were all clearly inspired by elements of Iranian architecture. The main shape of the tower is close and clear to the Iranian modernist design with an eight-sided sun. The element of base of this muqarnas rotate beautifully by following the curved shape of the lines in Iranian architecture to bring this tower to the highest point. Well, dear friends, this video ends up here. The sources and references that use are given at the description below, which we hope it will be useful. Please tell us your opinion about this video with your like and comments to improve the quality and contents. In the next videos, we will be with you to introduce some unique building and symbol of architecture of the different countries. See you on the next video and thank you for watching.